Have you ever pondered on the humble beginnings of the Prophet Muhammad SAW, born in the harsh desert lands of Mecca? In the year 570, in the city of Mecca, a child was born into the Quraysh tribe. His name was Muhammad, and his birth marked a new dawn in the annals of history. However, his early life was fraught with hardships and trials. Losing both parents at a young age, Muhammad was left an orphan, a child with no mother's love, no father's guidance. But hardships often breed resilience, and in Muhammad's case this resilience was nurtured by his loving grandfather, Abdul Muttalib, and later by his uncle, Abu Talib. Under their care, Muhammad grew from a quiet, introspective child into a young man of exceptional character. Even as a boy, Muhammad was known for his honesty and integrity. His word was his bond, his honesty unquestionable. This earned him the nickname Al-Amin, or the Trustworthy. This wasn't a title lightly given, especially in a society where one's honor and integrity were valued above all else. As Muhammad grew older, his reputation for honesty only increased. He was sought out for his fairness in trade, his wisdom in settling disputes, and his commitment to justice. His character shone like a beacon in the often harsh and unforgiving society of Mecca. Yet despite these accolades, Muhammad remained humble. He never sought to elevate himself above others. Instead, he treated everyone with kindness and respect, whether they were rich or poor, powerful or weak. This humility, combined with his integrity and compassion, were the cornerstones of his character. But little did anyone know that this orphan boy from Mecca, known for his honesty and integrity, was destined for something far greater. A calling that would change not only his life, but the course of human history. From these early years, Prophet Muhammad SAW's character was shaped, paving the way for his future role as a prophet. Can you imagine the moment when the Prophet Muhammad SAW, at the age of 40, received his first revelation in the solitude of the Hira cave? In the silence and tranquility of this cave, a profound event transpired that would change the course of history. An angelic figure, none other than the angel Gabriel, appeared before him. The angel Gabriel delivered a divine message, a revelation from Allah. These words, profound and powerful, were the first verses of the Quran. Imagine the intensity of that experience, the surprise, the awe, the fear even. Prophet Muhammad, a man of peace, was naturally taken aback. He was filled with fear and confusion, unsure of what had just occurred. Now let's not forget the role of Khadija, his beloved wife, in this pivotal moment. In the face of his fear and confusion, it was Khadija who provided comfort and support. She believed in him when he was in doubt, encouraged him when he felt overwhelmed. It was Khadija who reassured him, stood by his side, and helped him to understand the magnitude of his divine mission. This mission was no small task. He was to deliver the message of monotheism, the belief in one God, to his people. A message that would challenge the prevalent polytheistic beliefs of the time, a message that would face great resistance. But Prophet Muhammad, emboldened by the divine revelation and the unwavering support of Khadija, accepted this mission with determination and courage. He began to teach the message of monotheism, to guide his people away from idol worship and towards the worship of one true, merciful God. This was the beginning of his prophethood, the start of a journey that would transform him from an ordinary man into the Prophet Muhammad, the messenger of Allah. This marked the beginning of a new era, not only for Prophet Muhammad SAW, but for the entire world. What does it mean to stand firm in the face of harsh persecution and opposition? This question ties directly into the life of Prophet Muhammad SAW and his followers during a period of intense hardship in Mecca. During the early years of Prophet Muhammad's mission, the Meccan society, entrenched in its ways of idolatry and social injustice, vehemently opposed the new monotheistic religion. The opposition was not merely verbal, it took the form of economic boycotts, social ostracization, and even physical violence. The Prophet and his followers were publicly ridiculed, their properties were vandalized, and they were physically assaulted. Yet they faced these trials with remarkable resilience. Their faith was not shaken, instead it was strengthened. As the persecution grew more intense, Prophet Muhammad saw sought a safer environment for his community. He sent a group of his followers to Abyssinia, a land ruled by a just Christian king, where they could practice their faith freely. But the heart of the prophet yearned for a place where his community could live and grow in peace and security, a place they could call home. The answer came in the form of a city known as Yathrib, later renamed Medina. The people of Medina had heard of the prophet's teachings and were eager to welcome him and his followers. This historic migration from Mecca to Medina, known as the Hijra, was not just a physical journey, but a significant spiritual milestone. It marked the beginning of the Islamic calendar and established a place where the Muslim community could flourish. The Prophet and his followers left behind their homes, their families, and all that was familiar to them, driven by their unwavering faith and the desire for religious freedom. The journey was arduous, the challenges many, but their commitment to their faith never wavered. Despite the hardships, Prophet Muhammad saw and his followers remained steadfast, their faith unwavering. The story of their persecution and migration is a testament to their fortitude and a beacon of inspiration for all who face adversity. How does one build a thriving community from scratch in a city of strangers? This question was answered by Prophet Muhammad SAW when he arrived in Medina and set about establishing the first Muslim community. Upon reaching Medina, Prophet Muhammad SAW had a monumental task before him. He had to unite the diverse tribes, some of whom had been in conflict for generations, and forge a cohesive community based on shared faith and mutual respect. This was no small feat, but the Prophet's wisdom and leadership skills were up to the challenge. One of the Prophet's first actions in Medina was to draft a constitution known as the Constitution of Medina. This document, revolutionary for its time, laid the groundwork for a pluralistic society where Muslims, Jews and pagans could coexist peacefully. It established the principles of mutual cooperation, freedom of religion, and the equal rights and responsibilities of all citizens regardless of their faith. During his time in Medina, Prophet Muhammad SAW also played an instrumental role as a statesman. His leadership extended beyond spiritual matters and encompassed the political, economic and social aspects of community life. He negotiated treaties, resolved disputes, and led his community through key battles such as the Battle of Badr and the Battle of Uhud. These battles, while challenging, played a crucial role in the growth and consolidation of the Muslim community. They not only tested the faith and resilience of the Muslims, but also demonstrated the strategic acumen of Prophet Muhammad SAW. Through these battles, the Prophet was able to secure the community's position in Medina and ensure its survival in a challenging environment. The Prophet's leadership in Medina was marked by his commitment to justice, his wisdom in governance, and his unwavering faith. His actions during this period set a precedent for future Muslim communities and continue to inspire millions across the globe. Under the leadership of Prophet Muhammad SAW, a strong, united Muslim community was established. His legacy continues to thrive and serve as a beacon of guidance for Muslims around the world. How does one react to the news of the passing of a beloved leader? The final chapter of Prophet Muhammad's life began with his last pilgrimage, known as the Farewell Pilgrimage, where he delivered a powerful sermon emphasizing equality, justice, and respect. This sermon, often referred to as the Prophet's last, remains a guiding light for those seeking wisdom and compassion. After this significant event, Prophet Muhammad's health began to decline. He bravely battled his illness, demonstrating the same resilience and strength that defined his prophethood. Despite the best efforts of those around him, the Prophet passed away in the year 632 AD. This was a moment of profound sorrow, a time when the world seemed to stand still. With his passing, the Prophet Muhammad SAW left a lasting legacy that continues to inspire millions around the world. His life, his teachings, and his example continue to shape the lives of individuals and communities, reminding us all of the power of faith, compassion, and perseverance. What can we learn from the life journey of Prophet Muhammad SAW? From his humble beginnings through trials and tribulations to the establishment of a thriving Muslim community, his life is a testament to perseverance, faith, and exemplary leadership. Born to a noble lineage yet orphaned early, He faced the harsh realities of life with steadfast resilience. His call to prophethood brought forth challenges, yet his unwavering faith in the divine message led him to endure persecution and ultimately to seek refuge in Medina. Here he established a flourishing community based on the principles of justice, unity, and mutual respect. His teachings have had a profound impact, influencing billions across the globe, shaping cultures and guiding moral compasses. His life was not without hardship, but it was his perseverance and deep-rooted faith that enabled him to leave an indelible mark. The life of Prophet Muhammad SAW is a testament to the power of faith, resilience, and unwavering commitment to a cause greater than oneself.